Happy Easter, everyone! On Wednesday, March 27th, Starbreeze released their next part of Operation Medic Bag, bringing with it the much-anticipated Adaptive Armor, which can regenerate up to full without the use of an armor bag. Along with this, they also brought in much-needed buffs for the Ziv Commando, the Rhinefield 900S, Medic Bags, Hostage Trading, an increase for skill points, and a new skill line, Fortitude. And I'm happy to say, for once, a Payday 3 update has happily lived up to my expectations. So, without any more meandering, let's get into it. Let's get the big thing out of the way first. How is the Adaptive Armor? Well, after being teased for nearly 3 months, I have to say it has lived up to the hype. It feels great to use and opens up a lot more build variety for a very stagnant armor meta. It pairs great with the new Adrenaline/Overheal feature from the new skill line, it works well with armor bags, and it really feels like you're playing classic Payday when you have it. I was open to the idea of needing to restore armor when Payday 3 first came out, but with this, and the pubs I played in for footage, it seems that everyone prefers this over the default armor system. Payday at default settings is a game with regenerating armor and finite health. This game messed up by making it both. If it were me behind the wheel, I would start looking for ways to keep adaptive armor unique and start making the armor system as a whole back to Payday the Heist and Payday 2 with regeneration. Maybe the armor bag can be changed to an overheal boost like the new medic bags, giving an increased protection, but unlike Adrenaline, it wouldn't decay over time. Maybe even a quick full armor regen if you're never given the chance to in combat. Overall, adaptive armor is going to be my new go-to when I play, simply because it makes armor one less resource I have to worry about. Not to mention it makes cook-off a lot easier. And with this update, I finally got my cook-off charm now, yay! Now, onto the weapons. The Ziv Commando, which has been the laughingstock of Payday 3 since launch, has now been transformed into an actually useful and good SMG. And all they had to do was make it behave like every other gun in the game and give it some armor penetration and damage buffs. Not to mention the overall gun kick and stability increase, and you have yourself a very fast and very efficient weapon when it comes to ammo and damage. It's an SMG at the end of the day, so if you like that playstyle, I've got good news for you. But if you're like me and prefer rifles, I encourage you to go ahead and try it out on a close quarters map. You may be surprised by how good it can really be. Next up is the Rhinefield 900S, which had a few minor yet welcome changes. First off, you no longer need to unscope after firing a shot, allowing you to keep your sight picture, and not having to re-aim after every shot. And a buff that I did not see coming, but I am very, very happy that it is here, is the buff to Precision Shot. It still does increase damage based on your scope's magnification, but now it no longer consumes edge to do so, and it has bullet penetration for an additional target. These buffs are great and really play into the sniper fantasy when using them, and I still have my fingers crossed that Graze from Payday 2 will make its way in here too. Now on to what was before, in my opinion, the worst deployable in the game, Medic Bags. This update has given them just a bit more power. Along with restoring one down without skills from the last update, Medic Bags, along with First Aid Kits, now give Adrenaline/Overheal when your health is full. This on its own isn't that impressive, seeing as that without the Fortitude skills, that is not a lot of health. Now, I do very much appreciate the love that Medic Bags got and Healing got during this update, but speaking as a player who was the team doctor in the past 2 games, I have 2 little things that I would change. 1. Make the Medic Bags back to a full heal and full reset of downs at default, like the past 2 games, and 2. Change the default model slightly so that there's a bit more distinction between the contents of the Medic Bag and a First Aid Kit. Along with Medic Bags, Hostage Taking got a little love in this update too, with traded items now coming in neat little stacks and having more value now thanks to Adrenaline and Clean Slate, not to mention soft assets from the last update. Now onto the skills, and yeah, they're pretty awesome. The increased 28 skill points really helps with sort of build variety with this game, where it's very much needed. And the first new skill down the line is the Clean Slate skill, which allows a free armor heal with a repair kit if you're out of armor. It's useful and a must-have at this point in the game, and it makes light armor take care of itself. But it also makes me wonder again how many abilities we have that are locked behind skills when we could just have them there by default. Anyway, I don't mind it, and it's good to have. There's a few other changes that I didn't play with because, to be honest, I don't use those skills. Like Scrambler being able to get an ECM back for shooting a taser mine, or Misdirect having a 10% dodge, but only for marked enemies for some reason. But, on to the main event. The Fortitude skill line. And yeah, this skill line is him. The base skill increases health and lets you gain or refresh grit if you heal to full or over. Ace just lets you have more downs and bleed out time, which is nice to see when before it was only tied to what armor you were wearing. The next skill, Health Siphon, lets you get health if a crewmate uses your medic bag. You get 40% health. Unyielding gives you 15 more HP per down you have. Super Physiological gives you 10% more adrenaline based on how many downs you have. Walking Tall gives you 25% slower overheal decay based on your downs, and the decay can be paused for 15 seconds with first aid kits. And lastly, Pain as Symbolia, doubling the effects of Edge Rush or Grit if active, and Overheal takes 15% less damage. This skill line is a little busted, and I half expect it to be nerfed later on, even though using it is the most fun I've ever had in this game since launch. Build-wise, I tried going in half and half with this to see the results, and I'd say it works best when you lean all the way into it and go full health with medic bags and adaptive armor. Overall, this update was great and brought some much needed changes to the game to where I'm having fun playing it again. But it also reminded me of the biggest problem for the game today, and that's the matchmaking system. The amount of times that I wanted to collect footage on Syntax Error, or Under the Surface, or even 99 boxes, and just couldn't find a game is just a thorn in my side and for the side of Payday 3. While queuing, I have no idea how many people are on, no idea what heists are being played and on what difficulty, and even what the most popular heists even are. But thankfully, according to Elizabeth, the community manager on a recent livestream, a quick play feature that was in the beta for the game may be coming in as soon as the next update, which they are sticking to the schedule of 4 to 6 weeks. So, we may be taking another step forward towards healing this game and bringing it up from the ashes. Or it could not be there and it'll be another disappointing bug update like the last one. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and a comment. It really helps my channel. And I want to hear you guys' thoughts on the update if you played it. And if you liked what you saw, go ahead and subscribe and hit the bell for notifications so you don't miss out on new videos. That's all I got for this one. See you guys.